It's something they could think
Jakiro.
about. Jakiro seems a lot better, and they ran that with the Naga Siren in that first game.
Yeah, but they had
Gives
a
them the
Visage
ice
then
path.
too. So that's why I was thinking like maybe because the Keeper of Light in that game was banned out. I'm starting to remember.
Slowly, it's coming. It's all coming back
Yeah.
together. We're splitting the games into distinct games instead of one game.
Yeah. We might actually see a
Yeah.
Kunkka from TCM, by the way.
It's possible they could do that. I think they're gonna want something to send to the offlane though. Unless they're gonna solo safe lane Gyrocopter Dragonite mid and like a offensive tri-lane with Kunkka.
Yeah.
They could do that too, or just like dual lane mid with Dragonite Earthshaker and offensive dual lane Shadow Demon Kunkka. I don't know. It's certainly something they could pick up here if they really want the synergy with Shadow Demon. It might force in the lane a little bit more awkwardly, and it can really open them up to whatever Fnatic want to run, depending on what their final pick is here for their secondary support.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, taking their time though, but they still have 41 seconds left in their bonus time, so they have the luxury to take their time, and they also can, you know, discuss, brainstorm how TCM is gonna run their lanes because yeah, they have got multiple options, and it will end up being a Rubik. Interestingly enough, like he doesn't really offer any extra support together with the Naga Siren or the Keeper of the Light, but you are of course able to steal Fissure. And there's really not that much else that you can steal from an Earthshaker, and it's a really great spell to steal.
Can steal Dragon form.
Dragon form and
Have
Flat
little
Cannon.
Dragon Rubik. Have that little Dragon Rubik just hanging out, flying around,
Hitting
poisoning
stuff.
people. Yeah,
Dragon Tail
doesn't
is
really-
gonna be really important if they manage to steal that, because
Well,
they
you'd
don't
have
have
to steal-
Dragon Tail. What the fuck?
Are you gonna steal Dragon form and then Dragon?
But you do have Dragon. If you steal Dragon Tail on a Rubik, it is ranged, right?
Serve time.
No, I'm pretty sure it's melee unless you're in Dragon form. It's not your attack range that it's actually
So
associated
you're gonna
with.
be in Dragon form.
Yeah,
then
so he has to steal Dragon form, then steal Dragon Tail, and then use Dragon Tail while he's a Dragon Rubik.
Yes. Well,
Get there. He's just Dragon Knight. That's what he is.
Yep.
They can still breathe fire and breathe fire at them as well.
I would have preferred to see a Visage or a Jakiro though. Mostly Jakiro, but unfortunately for us, it will be a safe lane then. Rubik and Keeper of Light are not really that brilliant of a aggressive tri-lane heroes. But do give a very safe lane to the Naga Siren. But that is depending on if indeed that Naga Siren is going to be carrying on that safe lane. Because I'm actually, well, Batrider. Because how are they going to lane this? Batrider on the off lane or mid? And if they go mid, Lifestealer. Actually, Lifestealer could be mid against a Dragon Knight. Unless there's going to be a Clockwork mid, but we'll see about that. Clockwork gets picked up now for TCM Gaming, of course.
I think we might see an aggressive tri-lane with Lifestealer, actually, and Naga soloing either mid or safe lane. They can run these two supports pretty aggressively if they take it with the Lifestealer, just because he can do so much damage early and has that long slow. That's kind of what I'm expecting to see. They can move it around, though, very easily, and they could just run defensively. But I don't love their options for offlane. Batrider's going to have a little bit of trouble in that offlane if he gets disrupted. Especially with, I guess if he ends up with Clockwork, you can fly over a Fissure, so it's not that big of a deal. Like
Yeah.
Earthshaker, it's whatever. But they do have other spells that can try and hold them in place, even with the Firefly. And so we'll see what happens. Both teams have lots of options for these lineups, though, where they're going to go. It's not really
Seconds
obvious just looking at it.
Yeah, and of course we are waiting, there we go, for that to happen. You know, during Starladder I often had the mouse bug, right?
What's the mouse bug?
Didn't I not have
Well,
the
you
mouse bug with you? Where I
You couldn't click on things or something?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you had that quite a bit.
Yeah, was my fault.
Oh, it was your fault?
I just had to press my middle mouse button and it would have been over.
That's weird. Like your scroll wheel? You
Yeah.
had to, like, click the scroll wheel?
Click the scroll
That's
wheel.
weird. Why does that fix it?
I don't know, it does though. Like I found
Right.
that out this weekend and it's like, okay, so every time I reset a Dota it was for nothing? Thank you.
I have the problem where when I'm in a broadcaster slot, for some reason the right side of my screen doesn't, because that's where it extends onto my other monitor, and it doesn't close even though I'm in Dota.
What do
So
you
like
mean?
so like if I try to scroll to the right by
I have
like
the
just putting
same.
my cursor over there,
I have
it
the
just
same.
goes all the way off. Yeah, it's terrible. It only happens when I'm in a broadcaster slot. I don't know why.
But I don't use the side scrolling thing, so that kind of works.
Yeah, I do.
Why though? Because you move with your smooth scroll, right?
No, I can't get that to work.
Why not?
It's never worked for me. I don't know. It
Don't
won't
you
work.
have a middle mouse button?
Oh, that's the button I use for it. Now I know. I didn't know it was middle mouse button. I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah, I've tried to use it. Everyone always
Because
explained
you
to me
can
you just have to click and drag, and I was like, oh, I'm trying to click and drag, and it doesn't do anything. Jesus. All right. This is a good day. I learned something.
Oh god. Looks like we might have an aggressive trial-in here. I just kept on saying how this wouldn't be a very decent aggressive trial-in, but they're gonna try it regardless. I guess the aggressive trial-in from TCM is not really that strong, or sorry, the safe trial-in. But we are gonna have Fly playing the Keeper of the Light Trixie on his Naga Siren. And he'll also be supported by No-Tail, who will be playing the Rubik this game. On the mid lane, it will be Hani on the Bed Rider. And he's going for a fast bottle. Gets himself pulled quite a bit of regen here by a Fly. So happy times for him. And the top lane will be a safe lane for Era's Lifestealer. For the second time today, I believe, that we see this. The previous time it didn't really work out up against a solo Weaver, but now it's up against a solo Clockwork. Might be a bit easier. Although it won't be easy either.
Yeah, we'll see exactly how it ends up working out. Era is going to have just like a great time up in that top lane, especially now that you don't get pushed back by Cogs while you're in rage. So Blue Ray Ninja is probably going to have his work cut out for him, and maybe that's because the Clockwork was the last pick, they decided to run the aggressive trialing with the Naga instead of the Lifestealer. This is going to work out a lot better than it did earlier, where they were against a Weaver with their solo Lifestealer and he got absolutely destroyed. Mid lane, Batrider.
Disruption and Fisher are gonna be there. Audio gets telekinesis though, so no Dragon Tail to follow it up. I mean, it was kind of awkward. Like, there was a Fisher that stunned up Fly, and instantly a disruption. You would think that it would go the other way, like start up with a disruption, get Go Audio walking towards the target, make sure that there's gonna be an Earthshaker that's gonna be putting himself in the proper position to make sure that Fly has to walk around the Fisher to try and get away, and then you can get a kill. But didn't happen.
Yeah, it's kind of strange that they wouldn't like try and chain their abilities a little bit better. Maybe try and use the Fisher to block and not just as a ranged stun. Regardless, they end up throwing spells. Both sides are forced to use quite a bit of mana and just disengage.
Yep, and we have got very safe heroes though for TCM, like a Fisher and a Disruption, two of the more safe abilities that you can have to try and stop initiations from going on. So Fnatic is going to be having a tough time trying to make something happen there on that trial lane, as we have Blueberry Ninja in the meantime sitting on 4 last hits. He's completely out of regen, the courier is not moving, and Era, he's out of mana, and that's the one thing that's saving Blueberry Ninja right now.
Yeah,
Fisher, they lock in Trixie. They might be able to do something with it. Trixie though, he walks away. Illuminate will follow him. Oh, telekinesis Go Audio gets dropped on the other side of the Fisher as well. There comes a net. The Riptide was still there, but in comes the disruption, and that is gonna keep Go Audio safe for the moment. He pops himself, and will be getting most of its health points back.
Yeah, neither side afraid to sling spells down in this bottom lane, trying to just create whatever advantage they can. It's not really working out particularly well for TCM at the moment. And I think that they probably have a little bit of an advantage here. It's just they're not really getting the initiation I think they want on these heroes.
Yeah.
Dragon Tail hasn't really come off from Go Audio, and that's kind of put them a little bit behind. I'm somewhat surprised that they're running a Dragonite down here instead of Gyrocopter. I think maybe they would have more success if they had used the Gyrocopter.
I agree. But up against the Bed Rider, maybe the Dragonite wouldn't have been able to do anything at all. Werner at least is able to get something going here, even though he gets harassed a lot. He's got 10 last hits compared to Hani's 22. So it's not really all that great. Ooh, bottom lane might have something going on. Nice Illuminate. Go Audio in a lot of trouble, but the disruption will be there once more. And that should be keeping Go Audio safe. Fnatic also taking a lot of harassment. I mean, it can turn around here so fast. It can go either way. Like one team initiates and the other can counter initiate so hard. Oh, that's gonna be first blood. Go. Oh, Blueberry. 9 HP left, and Era ran.
Yeah.
Era died.
I think he thought he had it and was gonna back out of the tower range, and didn't expect the Clockwork to survive with. Yeah.
Yeah, smiley faces. First blood goes to the Clockwork. Who knew? Ooh, nice Illuminate coming on the bottom lane. A lot of harassment. Level 3 upon fly.
That's a pretty big first blood for Clockwork to get. He's going to have to walk all the way back to base, which is really, really sad for him. But he's going to have boots now, which makes things much easier for him. He's not going to be as at risk of dying, since Arrow has had his boots just because he's completely out farming Clockwork. Yeah, if Clockwork can survive and somehow miraculously get kills without dying, that's pretty much more than you would normally ever ask for from your off-lane Clockwork.
Yep. In the meantime, in terms of farm, Fnatic is still ahead on all 3 lanes. So the gold that was getting, or was given to the Clockwork, just a bit of extra gold, it doesn't really help out that much. Helps him put him back on the map a little bit though. I mean, the Clockwork has now more farm than the Dragonite on the safe lane. And Dragonite actually walking all the way back and then gonna TP back to the bottom lane, but that is a lot of time wasted. Or do you actually think he's gonna move towards the bottom lane, or maybe he's gonna rotate mid?
I'm gonna guess bottom because I'm seeing him teleport there. But otherwise, I'm kind of expecting maybe he wants to move somewhere.
Cheater.
This is, yeah, I know. You keep asking me right as they answer the question for you. I don't know. Gaudio's not getting anything in this lane, and he's not going to start getting anything in the near future. I don't think.
Oh,
No-Tail's kind of in a bad spot.
Yep, the Fisher was there. The telekinesis is still gonna put Atsi on the high ground, but the cooldown comes down and Werner picks himself up a kill. Free of charge. Well, it costed some mana, I guess, and he did give a bit of extra experience to Hani, who is actually running with the haste rune going towards Blueberry. Oh, hello. Lasso will still be there though. Back towards Era. Era doesn't have any mana, but they should be able to pick him up regardless. Or can they? Or can they? They should be able to. Yeah, they will.
There's a haste run on Honey.
Yeah.
Like, he's not getting away.
The haste rune is gonna run out. But it's still Honey that picks up the kill, so in the mid lane, things are back to even again in terms of kills. We have got Bedrider still ahead of last hits. So, and we have actually got the rotation from the supports back. They actually smoked up. The net was there on Gaudio. Illuminate will fly through as well. But it is going to be a Fisher that comes there, and Trixie in a lot of trouble all of a sudden. Trixie stick charges help him keep him out a little while longer, but is it going to be enough disruption? It is not going to be enough. That is going to be one dead Naga Siren, and the supports were nowhere to be found. Illuminate was of course not there, no mana, and they already the Chakra Magic used, and the Rubik was in the mid lane.
Yeah, Rubik is trying to move around elsewhere, take advantage of the experience he could just take from the mid lane one better.
Might be getting a kill here. Or not, or yes, or not. Oh, that actually, Blueberry, you should have walked away. Wow. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was good reaction times from Era to dodge the hook shot.
That was brilliant. I'm not even sure if he wanted to dodge the hook shot or just get the kill with his ulti. But I mean, two minds, they thought alike. Both thought they could get the kill with the ulti. Oh, there's the poll results. 57%. It's very even again.
Yeah, well, there aren't a lot of votes really coming out. I think it was like 4-3 or something was actually the numbers.
Oh, well.
But regardless, that's
Thank you for voting, close. People. 7 people that voted. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep, but Fnatic is a little bit behind in kills, but they're still doing okay. Both their kills thus far have been on the Clockwork, but they're getting a lot of farm last hits. They're leading by significant amounts of last hits in every lane. And so, like, even if the kills aren't really going their way, it's going to start going their way just over time because of how much more farm they're getting in their lanes.
Meantime, Blueberry is back on the top lane. 10 last hits. Oh, and Blink Dagger indeed up on the Bat Rider, and he has, well, he's still got only brown boots and a bottle, but he will be able to rotate a little bit more. Werner will be happy that he gets some time alone though if he does leave. Werner will be needing some more gold, but he can't move towards the bottom lane to farm because that's where the Dragonite is trying to get his farm up, or at least he would be trying to get his farm up if he was actually on the bottom lane, which he wasn't. But he is again now. Level 5. I mean, that's a downside of trial lanes. So low level.
Yeah, and he has a poor man's shield on Dragonite. Doesn't even really benefit from the agility. The additional damage block is certainly helpful, but not really the kind of item you want to be buying in Dragonite. It's just kind of the situation he's in. He's not been able to really get farm. And he's forced to pick up some defensive items just to stay in lane. In the meantime, gank in the mid lane.
Yeah, smoke was up there. There's the disruption. Is it going to be enough? Cold on a hook shot. Long range from Blueberry. It should be Honey going down. Of course, he already had his Blink Dagger. But still, a nice pickup for TCM. Blueberry Ninja with the kill. Atsi gets some extra levels there because he needs them. In terms of levels, he is not the lowest on the map anymore. He turned level 4. Rubik, however, is still level 3, is the lowest on the map.
Yeah, and Rubik spent a lot of time out of lane trying to move around, not really finding much of anything. I guess one nice thing is that Shadow Demon has to go all the way back to base. Warren has been forced to use all of his bile charges after that gank in the mid lane took quite a bit of damage. So, yeah, they had to commit a lot, and Blueberry Ninja in the top lane might be going down as well.
Yeah, the Cogs might be there to save his life though, and TP comes in from the Fisher guy. Or Shaker.
The Fisher guy.
Well, that's the only reason he TP'd in, to lay down a Fisher should they continue to go.
It's true, it's close.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. TCM just aren't really getting farm anywhere. Gyrocopter's starting to catch up because he killed some of the stacks that were going on in the jungle. But still pretty far behind Lifestealer, and the no other hero on their team is really even close to like Naga and Batrider.
Yeah. I mean, Nyx is doing really well on the farm. I wonder when he's gonna leave the lane though, but probably, again, like it's a bit of the same thing as we saw earlier, is that the teams don't really want to fight. Like, this is the second game between Fnatic and TCM, and the previous game went the same way. Teams were very passive. Although we have got a smoke, and again, you blink away this time in time for Hani, nice reaction times. But, I mean, again, and how is TCM, I mean, I understand it from TCM, they've got at least 2 cores that need quite a bit. Werner is getting quite a lot, but he of course needs more. And they've got a Dragonite, which is really not getting anything right now, so they can't really do anything until he actually has something. So, that's gonna be Go Audio probably being, you know, stuck on the lane for a little while longer. Fnatic, however, they've got that Blink Dagger up on the Batrider. They even got a Haste Rune up on the Batrider as well. They could make something happen with that. They've got an Infest Bomb at the ready if they want to do that as well. If they want Lifestealer more involved. Blink, Lasso, Werner is in trouble. TP comes in. Might be able to be enough there. No Tail comes in as well. Rocket Barrage there and Illuminated might be enough, but it looks like it might not be. Telekinesis. It's not going to be there, actually. Disruption to save Werner's life, but it's not going to matter anymore. Rubik with the last hit, and Batrider went all the way around, tries to stop Assy from escaping past the tower, and that should be the Shadow Demon going down as well, especially when Fly comes in to help out. Oh, Cogs, quite a lot of damage there. No Tail might die for that. Bye. But Batrider lives and TPs himself out, and the rest of the supports from TCM came in too late. And that's going to be more reason for TCM to not fight just yet. Wow.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Era just takes the tower up in the top lane by himself.
Yeah.
It's just been left up there. I'm really surprised that TCM are focusing so much on the mid lane. That's where Batrider is, and Batrider is pretty much the least threatening of the 3 cores coming out from Fnatic. They just now, just before, or I guess while that fight you were talking about went on in the mid lane, they tried to gank bottom, and that's why they were so late. They went on Nagasari, but she slept and just walked away. They weren't able to get the kill on Trixie, and
Era gets himself a solo kill up on Blueberry Ninja. Guardio came in too late, but nice pickup for Era anyway. Open wounded, and in the end got the last hit with the infest out. And yeah, he's just having a field day here on the top lane. And TCM, they haven't won any of their lanes, not a single one. It's now time to delay the game as much as possible. But what heroes do they have to delay the game? Could be a Clockwork to try and get something, as that's gonna be Hani relocated by the recalled by Fly's Keeper of the Light, and Ansi will go down there. I mean, not really any spells needed for that, just a lot of harassment. And they will take the tier 1 on the bottom lane as well. Nobody here coming in to defend it from TCM, and I don't blame them.
they need to go top because they can't let Era just take a tier 2 for free. And that's where they're going to run with several heroes, but Arrow is fine just backing off from the tower. He forced a rotation out, and that makes it so that bottom tier 1 is very, very easy to take.
Oh, Blink Lasso, Werner trouble. Already had the cooldown down. Fly did take quite a bit of damage, but it's not enough, and that's going to be a tower. Getting the last hit, so gold for everybody. And I mean, they take the tier 1 tower bottom, they take a kill, they don't lose Era. Era actually helps killing off the Werner there. But yeah, again, TCM, I mean, they're just, like, they were not doing that well on the lanes, but right now it's time to hold it together, but they're not really holding it together right now.
Yeah, it's really hard when you get kind of out-farmed in all of your lanes. It's Feels like this is happening more and more often lately. Teams are trying sort of aggressive lineups where their lanes might not work out as well. And I don't know. They're in a position now where they're way behind on farm. There's like a 2,000 gold lead on Naga Siren over Shadowcopter, and Naga is the least farmed of the 3 cores up on Fnatic's side. So another tower just going down, Era's just standing there killing it.
Yeah.
And TCM aren't even doing anything about it.
Bluebear Ninja was sitting around there ready for a hookshot, but they knew they couldn't kill him, and on top of that they saw people walking past that ward to see, or actually they didn't, it was an invisibility rune, and that was only no-till moving around. Oh, Rico, Hani, they go towards the Keeper of Light, who is top, and they are gonna go top. Tower still goes down. There comes a song as well, audio. Hold in place right now, and that is gonna be a dragon, probably fairly sad. Werner might be first sadder because he is already getting killed off there, and he goes down before Go Audio can. Go Audio even almost takes down no-till with him. Might even, nope, doesn't get it, never mind. That's 2 kills. Going away Fnatic again. Pushing with their 2 cores. Losing their 2 cores. Supports, where art thou?
Yeah, and they're just not really making anything happen. Like Earthshaker's sitting in the mid lane. Doesn't have much of anything, just the brown boots and a TP scroll. And Otzi is down bottom with Blueberry Ninja, and they're not really doing much either. Otzi's just watching Clockwork farm.
It doesn't even get the experience. But yeah, Blueberry Ninja should be the one to try and make something happen on the map. He is the only kind of mid-game-ish hero that they have that can actually do something right now. And they can't do anything. And that means also, don't go out by yourself to try and take a tier 1 tower when you know that the entire enemy team can be there at any moment. And they lose their 2 cores, got even further behind than they already were.
Yeah, it's really good for Fnatic there when they use the Infest along with the Recall to just pull 2 heroes back in. And suddenly all 5 heroes are top basically immediately. It's really problematic for TCM. They can't split push into that, at least not effectively. If they know the Keeper Light's around, suddenly having the entire team there is less than ideal for TCM.
Yeah. I guess they did take the tower in the end, so a bit of extra gold going their way. Illuminate will still chip on Audio. Audio, who only has brown boots as well. This is actually really sad. He doesn't even have treads. You could almost buy it though, but I mean, I was just wondering, like, why did he take so much damage from that Illuminate? But he is level 8. The Keeper of Light is level 9.
Yeah, so those are maxed out Illuminates.
Yeah, maxed out Illuminates, and a level higher on the support than on the solo lane, or safe lane carry of TCM. We have got Trixie doing dangerous stuff in the jungle. In the meantime, Werner goes down again. That's an ownage call coming off from, or for Fnatic, I should say. But Werner gets picked off again. This time it was, of course, the last 2 that helped out again. Blink, 4 staff, both up on the Bedrider to make that happen. And I mean, they didn't even have the Naga Siren with them, and still, TCM, they don't want to initiate. They don't dare to, even with the last 2 on cooldown. I'm not blaming them because I wouldn't initiate as well, but they have to do something. What can they do? They don't have control over their own jungle. What's left?
Yeah, they need to just try and work on farming wherever they know Fnatic aren't. And the problem with that is that Recall from Keeper Light is just so good against that. They can't just hope to port away from it constantly. Because if every time they do, as long as Keeper Light's in a different spot, he can give them a free teleport just to continue chasing everyone. And Fnatic just need to lay on pressure because TCM are way, way, way behind in this game. They're farming their jungle now a little bit at the moment, and that's only because Fnatic...
Ooh, that was a misstun from Blueberry. Honey is gonna be able to stay alive, or is he? Nope. Flare, Blink, TP out, he's fine. Roshan goes down. That was almost a kill upon Blueberry. He went for it by himself. Didn't use lasso for it, just harassed. And he got some attention, so that pulled everybody away from Roshan, even though they weren't even there to begin with. And that's gonna give an Aegis the way of the Lifestealer, who has got his armlet ready. And I feel like he should be having a bit more, but maybe that's in the courier. Where is that courier? And indeed, there goes the Yasha, Sanjin Yasha for Era soon.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have been building on Lifestealer recently, just going for the really, really heavy move speed build. Gives you a lot of ability to just run into the middle of the fight and not get kited.
Again, the 2 cores sitting in the mid lane under the effect of the songs. Illuminate's getting charged up. No-till hanging around there as well. There's going to be telekinesis already. Dragon Tail up on Trixie though, taking quite a bit of damage. Audio, he now has treads, which he has sitting on intellect. Probably not the wisest choice if you're under attack. Two cores dead. Can they get a support? We did have some people coming in. Of course, Etsy was around, but he's already out there. Was no Fisher, I believe, and that is a while also safe out. But that is again the two cores dead. Did I say that was the second time? Yes, I did. Again, just saying.
Again.
Again.
Keeps happening, and no one's around to support them. They're trying to make something happen. It's just
Radiant's middle tower
they're not
is under
having
attack.
the success I think they really need, and